We begin tonight with breaking news and a mysterious sight in the skies. Thousands of people up and down the East Coast reported a large, bright meteor shooting across the sky tonight. There have been reported sightings from Virginia to Boston. Very few pictures or video available until now. This just into our newsroom from Thurmont, Maryland. There it is. Check the left-hand side of your screen. Kim from Thurmont captured the video on her home security camera. The timestamp on the video shows it was taken at 7:53 tonight. Witnesses describe the meteor as bright green and white with a long tail, visible for about 5 seconds before disappearing. Fox 5's Gary McGrady here to explain what people saw. Gary.
Hey, thanks a lot, Brian. No doubt we're going to have tons of video of this over the weekend as people begin to do just that, find it on their security cameras and whatnot, and those people that manage to get it on their phone or a picture of it start coming on across. Listen, here's what we think it probably was. Definitely a meteor. Well, I don't want to say definitely, but pretty good high likelihood that it was. And probably what's known as a fireball, which is a slightly larger meteor. And a typical meteor would be about the size of a pea or up to the size of a pea. So this would be larger than that. And I saw some instances where maybe a baseball size or a softball size would glow like that. So it was probably right around that size. It does appear much closer than it actually is. It definitely has to be higher in the sky than 5 miles. And we begin to potentially see these when they enter the atmosphere at about 50 miles high. So just keep that in mind, and they are traveling faster than 10 miles per second, and no doubt that one burned up very, very quickly. We have no idea if we're going to have meteorites from this or not. Again, there it is, looping for you. Again, it lasted, just about everybody is saying it lasts 3 to 4 to 5 seconds in the sky, and there's a website, Brian, called the American Meteor Society, and they encourage people to go to that website and put in the details of their sighting of the particular meteor. And earlier this evening, just after this, the website was crashed. You couldn't get on it. And I checked a little while ago, and there have been reports from North Carolina all the way up to New England. And at the time I checked, there had already been 356 sightings of this, and definitely thousands more. This is not unusual, Brian. We get thousands of these a day across the planet. It's just we don't see very many of them. Some of them happen during the day, and obviously some of them happen over the ocean where there's just nobody there to see it.
It seems like if it would have landed somewhere, at least around people, we would have heard by now. So perhaps it landed out to sea or something.
Yeah, like I said, I have no idea. And chances are they would be such small particles that who knows.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Gary. Getting a lot of witness reports on our Facebook page. Jethro says, I saw it while driving on the Beltway in the area of Andrews Air Force Base about 7:50. Thought it was a flare. Louise says it was so clear you could see it shooting through the sky. My grandson was afraid it was a plane crashing. It was beautiful. Head to MyFox DC Facebook page to tell us about your sighting. And if you have any pictures or videos, feel free to upload them to myweatherphoto@gmail.com.
We begin with some breaking news tonight. A flash of light that experts are saying was probably a meteor was seen streaking across the sky along the East Coast. There are reports from Virginia up to Boston and beyond. More reports are coming in tonight. It happened just after 8 o'clock.
There are at least 350 reports of this possible meteor. The night team's Ryan Schulteis live in Boston with the very latest. Ryan?
And Sarah, it's a very crisp and clear night. Take a look behind me. You can see here, very easy to understand why so many people looked up and most likely saw that flash of light going across the sky from here in Boston out to Worcester and all the way down the eastern seaboard. Now, we just spoke to an expert out of Brookline who says this happens more often than you might think.
It's not an incredibly rare event, but it's very unusual to have so many people observe it, and also the fact that it was unusually bright. These type of meteors happen usually maybe once or twice a year. The unusual thing is that it was so well observed, occurring not so long after sunset.
It was just last month, as you can remember, that a meteorite sailed through the sky over Russia, leading to an aerial explosion that caused $33 million in property damage. 3 people also were told were injured, up to 1,200 at some estimates. Now, NASA says it was the biggest cosmic impact since 1908. Now, back out here live, we're told by the expert that we spoke to moments ago that there most likely will not be any safety concerns with this, and it's much likely probably because this is a much smaller event than the one in Russia. He says he knows that because it wasn't as bright as that one. He also tells us that most likely there might have been fragments that have fallen to Earth, but that if we haven't heard about any big issues by now, most likely there's not going to be any major concerns out of this. We're live here in East Boston. Ryan Schulteis, 7 News 19.